kickoff. Laura Oakman's on the sideline. She's ready for the opening kickoff. Laura.
Sam, you guys talked about how Sam Bradford has had 3 different offensive coordinators. That doesn't tell the whole story. In his 2+ seasons, Bradford has had 30 different receivers catch the ball. I told him that number, and he said, wow, but the number I really want to know is how many different offensive linemen have I had? We did the math, including yet 2 new starters today. Bradford has had 23 different offensive linemen. Sam probably wishes we didn't do the math on that one.
Wow, that's a lot of math. Thank you, Laura. We'll be checking in with Laura throughout the game. Those 2 new starting linemen, Joe Barksdale at left tackle, Shelley Smith at left guard.
Yeah, and you could see with Mike McCarthy here, you can imagine as Sam Bradford looks across the field, and as does Jeff Fisher, boy, the continuity that the Green Bay Packers have. That's what they're striving for. They are dealing with a lot of changes, but they're up to the task. Jeff Fisher's got him pointed in the way he wants him to go. Packers
deferred after they won the toss. Chris Gibbons, 8 yards deep, takes a knee. We're underway in St. Louis. 2 teams 3-3. Let's check out the Rams on offense and look at some of the key players we'll see today, Brian.
Lance Kendrick is kind of a go-to guy for Bradford. Gibbons is giving them the big play potential, and you talked about that right side with Smith and Barksdale. Also the center, Robert Turner. He's in for the injured Scott Wells, has been in for a while, but they've got a lot to deal with today.
All right, Sam Bradford, who had a good game last week, but the Rams lost by 3 in Miami, 17-14. Bradford put up some good numbers. Steven Jackson starts at running back. And the big, strong Jackson works his way up for 5 yards. Check out the Packers defense, and they have some big-time playmakers.
Well, they've got to move around a little bit as well. They've got to take Ryan Pickett, move him to the inside. A.J. Hawk is the glue that holds it together with that front 7. But on the back end, Woodson and Williams, they're going to match up very well with this young receiving group of the Rams.
Daryl Richardson, a rookie 7th-round pick out of Abilene Christian, is opening a lot of eyes and getting a lot of attention. He's got great speed. He's in the backfield. End around to Gibbons, who cuts it upfield. Gibbons with good speed works his way up to the 39-yard line, the first down. The safety MD Jennings made the stop.
Nice little bit of trickeration here. You put the speedy back Richardson in, make it look like you're going to toss it to him, and then you're going to watch Gibbons come right from here. All of a sudden, just like a little mini reverse there, catch the Packers off guard. It's these kind of big plays, both in the passing game and the running game, that have plagued the Packers a little bit.
Now, last week, the Rams moved the ball up and down the field, couldn't put it in the end zone. Wound up scoring, losing by 3, scoring only 14 points. 2 tight ends in. They hand it off to Steven Jackson. And Jackson with a strong run again up to the 44-yard line, picks up 5, give him 6 on the carry.
We talked about the 1-2 punch at the running back position for the Rams. Steven Jackson's going to be a little more direct, a little bit more downhill, a little bit more physical. Then you throw in Daryl Richardson. He's the one that you're going to run the passes to on the outside, the flare passes, the pitch the ball out, a little bit of the counter game. So far it's been a good 1-2 punch.
Jackson back in at running back. Carries again, runs into a wall, may have hit his own right tackle, Barry Richardson. Give him a yard up to the 46-yard line.
The Packers miss B.J. Raji on the inside. When they had Raji and were able to have, along with Pickett, that's a big presence inside. It allows linebackers like A.J. Hawk and Clay Matthews to play off of those blocks to get into the running game. So this is a big loss for the Packers.
Here's the 3rd and 3. Bradford works out of the shotgun. Steven Jackson in the backfield with him and 3 wide receivers in the game. Bradford puts it up and overthrows Lance Kendricks, the tight end, who was well covered on the play. That's the safety Morgan Burnett, who was in on part of the coverage. Pressure from Clay Matthews, a guy that the Rams say we have to locate Clay Matthews at all times.
And you can see here it has started out well for the Packers. They haven't given up any points in the opening drive. The challenge is, can now their offense do the reverse of that, run the length of the field here on the road.
Randall Cobb is deep. He take the punt of Johnny Hecker. Good high kick. Fair catch, wave 4. Cobb takes it at the 10-yard line. Aaron Rodgers will lead the Green Bay Packers out on offense when we come back.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com.
A lot of Packer fans have made their way down to St. Louis for this game.
Nice to see Rodgers, Driver, and Matthews getting out and seeing the sights a little bit. They're a little older than I thought.
Packers have scored only once on their opening possession this season. That was last week when they scored a touchdown at Houston. So Michael Finley shifts. And out of the shotgun comes Alex Green, and he's short of the line of scrimmage, loss of a yard. And the Packers going no huddle.
Starts inside with Jeff Saturday, the new center, obviously coming from Indy. Jermichael Finley needs to get back on track. Jordy Nelson's the go-to guy. Randall Cobb is giving them their big plays with the intermediate and deep passes.
On 2nd and 11, pressure from Robert Quinn, and a hit by Quinn. And the ball popped loose. But it looks like the Packers have recovered it. There's a flag on the play. Looked like Marshall Newhouse was holding. Here is Goldinovich.
Offense number 74. Penalties decline. 3rd down.
Robert Quinn's had a big start to this season, Brian.
Well, we talked about the quick get-off of both Quinn and Long. Here you're going to see Long on the right side. Jermichael Finley with just that presence and coming in on the backside. Excellent job. It's a tough job for Newhouse with no help on Quinn. As we said, they need to get a half a man more on these quick defensive ends.
With an empty backfield, the short pass is complete to Jordy Nelson. Nelson gets up to the 14-yard line, but well short of the 1st down. And a strong defensive series by the Rams. And it's 3 and out for the Packers. The rookie Michael Brockers' 1st-round draft pick comes off. Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers talk about that first series. Tim Mastay to punt for Green Bay. And Austin Pettis at the sideline is hit as he caught the ball, and a flag goes down. 43-yard punt. Jared Bush, one of the gunners who's eased down the field first virtually every kick.
Bush getting shoved way outside, needs to make an effort to get back in the field of play quickly. Did not recognize where Pettis was. Got his helmet and hit in there just a little bit early. Those guys have protection, the defenseless receiver, so to speak, like everybody on the field.
Now the officials going over to discuss things with Jeff Fisher.
Going to give them the option to either re-kick it or take it from the spot. I imagine he's going to take it from the spot.
There are 2 fouls on a play. One by during the kick, holding, receiving team number 56. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Green Bay. The Flyers stayed out of bounds, did not return. Penalties re-offset, re-kick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, clarification.
Yeah, we saw how long it took to get back in bounds. Evidently, he didn't hit him early. Looked like he was there just a step ahead. This is actually a big break for the Green Bay Packers. You're going to see it right here. Now, once he gets out of bounds, stop right here. You can see he's got to make that effort to come directly back into the field of play. He stays out too long. The reason being, you cannot stay out of bounds to avoid the people down the field getting a block on you. He was parallel to the out of bounds line. You've got to make more of an effort to get back into bounds once you're shoved out.
He was still out of bounds when he hit Austin Pettis. Mastay kicks it again. Pettis waves for a fair catch, and just right where he was. All right, the Rams come out on offense, and they'll have to deal with Clay Matthews, the leader of the Packers defense.
Today's Game on Fox is sponsored by Bud Light, the official beer of NFL fans. Here we go.
Good view of the arch as we head down the Mississippi. Underway with a hard-hitting football game. Aaron Rodgers talking things over on the sideline as the Rams take over their second possession at the 45. Bradford with a pass that misses connection with Lance Kendricks, the tight end. Tonight, Foxtoberfest continues as our month-long extravaganza of epic matchups brings you exclusive coverage of Game 6 of the NLCS. The Cardinals are in San Francisco, leading 3-2. The Giants with the shutout by Barry Zito the other night. Chris Carpenter and Ryan Vogelsong, the pitching matchup. Our coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific. Joe Buck and Tim McCarver there for the call. Bradford, nobody open, and he's brought down. Maybe a short pickup. Ryan Pickett, Eric Walden combining on the stop. Walden is starting in place of the injured Nick Perry, the outstanding rookie linebacker. He was hurt last week, so was DJ Smith.
Always great when you can get home to the quarterback with just a 4-man rush. Clay Matthews actually dropped in that last play. Here you can see Amendola and Saffold, a tackle for St. Louis. Got B.J. Raji here you can see in the picture. Greg Jennings been down for a while, but that's a lot of folks with B.J. Raji, Nick Perry, and Shields out of this defense.
Right. And DJ Smith put on IR this week. They still have a roster spot open. On 3rd and 10, Bradford throws and completes it to Brandon Gibson. He's become Mr. Reliable with Amendola out. Gibson has become the key 3rd down guy. It's a 1st down on a 14-yard pickup.
Excellent job of Bradford stepping up into the pocket. They brought just a 4-man pressure, a simple in route. The Rams have generated a lot of big plays. If they can keep the running game going, they start out the first series running the ball well. This series, they hit a play like that. All of a sudden, you're going to see that allow them to get in behind these safeties.
Darrell Richardson is in the backfield with Sam Bradford, and it's Richardson going straight ahead. And he's not a big man, goes about 195. Brad Jones, who's starting for the injured DJ Smith, made the stop for the Packers, a pickup of 3 on the play. Great story. Richardson's going to the sideline, but he is the 252nd pick in the draft, next to last. And here he is getting a lot of playing time for the Rams.
That's just a gift from the football gods when you can get a 7th-round pick come in and contribute the way Richardson has.
Steven Jackson in the backfield on 2nd and 7. Packers showing blitz. Bradford gets time. And he puts it up deep, but the receiver went down. Austin Pettis fell down around the 15-yard line. And the pass fell incomplete.
Nice job on the outside here. They just kind of get caught up with one another, kind of trip up coming out of it. They dodged a bullet there. Casey Hayward, just getting tangled up a little bit as he came out. That had big play written all over it. Sam Bradford not able to deliver the ball.
Hayward, the 2nd-round draft pick, getting a start. That's Brian Schottenheimer, first-year offensive coordinator for the Rams. Previously was with the Jets. Here's 3rd and 7. Here comes the blitz. Bradford draws him in, throws the screen to Richardson. And Richardson gets down to the 32-yard line, about a yard short of the 1st down. Mike Neal made the stop. Defensive lineman.
I tried to show you where Clay Matthews was on this right side over in here. Why there? If you're going to double team a Clay Matthews, we're going to make you find him first. We talked about the reshuffled line on that right side with Smith and Barksdale. They're going to use Matthews in a lot of different positions.
Greg the Leg Zuerlein. He made his first 15 field goal tries, missed his last 3 last week. Here's a 50-yard attempt. And it's on the way, and it is good. Zuerlein with his 16th field goal of the season. And the Rams lead the Packers 3-0. Aaron Rodgers Rodgers facing an improved Rams defense today.
Yeah, in the middle, James Laurinaitis anchors this front seven for the Rams defense. In the back end, Finnegan and the rookie Jenkins, they'll match up pretty good with the Packers. The problem is now when you get to that third, fourth, and fifth receiver, Quentin Michael, the safety, he's going to match up with Jermichael Finley. We're going to see if Aaron Rodgers can expose that.
Rams with 5 defensive backs in as the Packers go with 3 wideouts. Alex Green, the running back. Rodgers being pressed, finds Jordy Nelson. Nelson, who caught 3 touchdown passes last week in Houston, with a good grab and a pickup of 15.
You're going to watch a stunt off this right side and pressure by the linebacker. If you have to bring that 5th and 6th guy in pressure, that's what exposes you down the field.
Hurry up offense. Rodgers was hit as he threw, but a nice gain by Alex Green, a pickup of 8 up to the 43-yard line. Pressure from Robert Quinn on Aaron Rodgers. He got a piece of him.
We've seen twice now Quinn coming off that edge and affecting a play. If you want to slow down these quick edge rushers of St. Louis, throw a screen just like that.
Rodgers out of the shotgun. Alex Green trying to spin, and he spun right into Michael Brockers, the first-round draft pick out of LSU. 14th pick overall, part of that improved Rams defense.
They put a lot of assets here. You're going to see Brockers on the inside. They put a lot of resources on this front line. First-round draft choice Brockers, first-round draft choice Quinn, first-round draft choice Chris Long.
John Kuhn in the backfield. Looked like Long jumped across too soon. Free play, deep throw for Jordy Nelson. He's got it inside the 15 and out of bounds. About the 10-yard line. No, they'll spot it at the 6. Chris Long jumped offside, and a lot of Packers fans are enjoying it.
Number 91. Penalties decline. Result of the play. First down.
52-yard pickup.
You can book it. If Aaron Rodgers gets a free throw here, you can see right now Long jumps off sides. I guarantee you Aaron Rodgers is going to throw it deep, whether there's anybody there or not. He's looking for those big explosive plays on a gimme because he knows the thing was going to come back no matter what happened.
Jordy Nelson's game looks good the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, he's become Aaron Rodgers' go-to guys.
3 wide receivers in. Jones, Nelson, and Cobb. Off the fake. Rodgers with plenty of time. Nobody open. A lot of dancing by Aaron Rodgers. Finally, he's brought down for a loss. Kendall Langford, the big defensive tackle, with a sack.
This is the proverbial coverage sack. He's got Nelson and Cobb on the left side. Nothing there. No place to go. Now you're going to come back on the on the inside. Jordy Nelson again. You can see he's getting doubled and tripled by the linebacker and the safeties. It was the same way on the right side. Little bit of an uncharacteristic mistake by the quarterback Rodgers. Normally he'd throw this thing away.
There was a flag on the play.
Boy, they snuck that one in on us. Must have got another jump off the ball a little bit early.
I did not hear the call, but it's a half the distance to the goal penalty, and it gives the Packers a first down at the Rams 3. So instead of a loss of 11, the Pack with a first and goal at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, they dodged a little bit of a bullet there. We'll have to illegal contact, they're calling it. Must have been down the field. That's why that coverage was so good.
In the end
That's
zone,
why it was a coverage sack.
So here are the Packers first and goal at the 3. They split the tight end Jermichael Finley.
Jermichael Finley right here. This is the matchup they may be looking for.
They go the other way to Jordy Nelson. He's got the grab and a touchdown. One-on-one against Bradley Fletcher, and Nelson beat him.
When you could put a Jordy Nelson on one side and a Jermichael Finley on the other, size, great vertical leap, great hands, gets both feet in and control. What a weapon down in here in the red zone to have those 2 big receivers to the outside.
Aaron Rodgers threw 6 touchdown passes last week, and this one is his 17th of the season. He leads the NFL. Jordy Nelson with the grab, and the Packers go 80 yards in 5 plays. The 52-yard pass to Nelson and helped set up the touchdown. The Packers have the lead. Nelson and Rodgers combined, it's 7-3. Well, there's the combination of Aaron Rodgers and Jordy Nelson. 4 touchdowns over the last 2 weeks. And Nelson a big part of that touchdown drive with a 52-yard catch on the pass from Aaron Rodgers. And an onside kick, tried the big bounce. Bradley Fletcher was unbanded, and it looks like the Packers may have it. Mason Crosby with the onside kick try.
I can't imagine the Packers not coming up with this thing. There's a whole bunch of green and gold around that. They do signal it's the Packers.
Packers recover.
What a bold move by Mike McCarthy. This thing goes, this is perfect. Straight up, you pass the 10 yards, you take out the front line. It's bouncing all over the place. Johnson had a chance to scoop it up, couldn't. And now there's a whole bunch of green and gold there.
Yeah, I called Bradley Fletcher. It was Tremaine Johnson who was sent flying. And the Packers are all there for the recovery. And an injured Ram on the field. That is Tremaine Johnson, who was sent flying on the onside kick by the Packers.
Jared Bush right here. Beautiful job. Beautifully orchestrated. Take out the front line. He's not worrying about the ball. He's just going to take out that front line. Beautiful job by the special teams of the Green Bay Packers.
Tremaine Johnson, who's the man he took out, has gone to the Rams locker room to be checked out by the medical staff. Jared Bush, an excellent special teams player. Have a look at Jeff Fisher, who's an excellent special teamer himself when he played. But the Packers now at the Rams 49. With 2 backs in, it's Alex Green following John Kuhn, and a short pickup, giving him 2 yards on the carry. Time for our first update of the day. Let's go to the studio to Kurt Benefay.
All right, Sam, the Minnesota Vikings looking at Adrian Peterson continue his great comeback from that torn ACL. Nice 13-yard run. At the end of the first quarter, they lead the Cardinals 7-0. Sam, Brian, and Laura.
Thanks, Kurt. That's a game both these teams interested in. Minnesota in second place in the NFC North. Arizona with a good start to their season in the NFC West. Donald Driver's in the game for the Packers, but here is Randall Cobb carrying, and he got outside after breaking a couple of tackles. Out of bounds at the Rams' 28-yard line.
I'm not saying Randall Cobb is the Packers' Darren Sproles necessarily, but they occasionally put him in the backfield like this and use that athleticism. Obviously, a great kickoff return and punt return guy. He has that capability. May not go out of the backfield quite as much as, say, a Darren Sproles, but look at these jump cuts. This guy has really turned into an explosive element, as though the Packers need an additional guy on this explosive offense.
He's carried the ball 3 times for 68 yards this season.
I can hear the fans now. Running more! Running more!
Rodgers steps up, being chased, and slides down at the 30-yard line. That's a loss of a couple of yards. Packers were concerned about an injury problem late in the game in Houston. He came up with his calf bothering him, but after not practicing Wednesday, seemed like he was all right later in the week.
Well, and St. Louis mentioned that to us. They wanted to see how mobile or how willing Rodgers would want to get outside the pocket. Green Bay kind of dismissed it, but Aaron Rodgers did tell us, I'm more than comfortable just staying in the pocket. I don't know if that means that he doesn't want to get outside and it's bothering him, or hey, maybe he's just comfortable in the pocket.
That loss of 2 gives William Hayes credit for a sack. There's a quick outside of Alex Green, and Green gets down to the 25-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd and 7 for the Packers.
It's those kind of drop-off throws that the Green Bay Packers will say, well, that's our running game. Everybody says we need to run the ball more. That was the same as a run. As well as they throw the ball, we've already seen a trick play to Randall Cobb out of the backfield. These little checkdowns have the same effect in terms of how it affects a defense, much like a run.
Cobb lines up in the slot as a wide receiver. Rodgers steps up, in trouble, they got him. He's wrapped up and brought down by Michael Brockers, the defensive tackle.
We talked about the need to have a good, solid inside pass rush because of the presence on the outside. Here's Brockers right here, the outside of both Long coming from the one side and obviously the pressure they bring from Quinn. So as quick as these guys are outside, when you can get the inside presence from Brockers, we've seen it on 2 plays now, that can be huge for the Rams.
Brockers' first NFL sack. The rookie first-round draft pick. Now Mason Crosby with a 47-yard field goal try, and it's right through. Strong leg by Crosby. Packers recover the onside kick, put 3 on the board, and have a 10-3 lead. Aaron Rodgers has had a wrap on his neck earlier. Seems like he might have a problem there. He's been stretching. A little stiff neck. Maybe the pillows weren't good in the hotel. We'll keep an eye on that. Tuesday on Fox, the X Factor is on a special night and special time. Find out who will move on to perform on the big stage. The X Factor, all new on a special night and time this Tuesday at 9:30, 8:30 Central on Fox. To your right is Busch Stadium. No baseball there today. The Cardinals are out in San Francisco for Game 6 tonight. Cardinals win, they win the pennant, and the World Series begins Wednesday on Fox in that stadium.
Great
in
fans
St. Louis.
here. Boy, it was rocking on Friday night. We were in, went downtown to have dinner. Obviously, the game just around the corner. These fans were great. This guy's conflicted right here. He's hedging his bets. Okay, he's a Packer fan that is bypassing the Milwaukee Brewers and going right to the Cardinals.
Crosby, line drive kick, and it's brought back by Chris Gibbons. Busch got a piece of him and brought him down. He's brought down at the 20. Time for an update. Let's go down to the field to Laura Oakman. Laura.
Thank you, Sam. We saw Tremaine Johnson walk into the locker room on his own power. That's always a good sign. They are evaluating his right hip. His return is questionable.
Thanks, Laura. Tremaine Johnson took that block by Jared Busch, which sent him flying through the air, and he landed hard. Darrell Richardson is the running back.
I'd be surprised if we didn't see them try to get back to the run just a little bit this series.
3 tight ends in. Bradford checking off. Here's Richardson looking for an opening. Not much there. Gets a couple of yards up to the 22. Eric Walden, 5th-year man out of Middle Tennessee State, made the tackle. Starting for the injured Nick Perry. It's Kevin Green, the linebackers coach.
I can't recognize him without his hair. I'm used to seeing Kevin with the same kind of hair as his protege, Clay Matthews. Boy, this guy was something special. It's coming off the edge. What a great mentor for Clay Matthews.
Perfect guy to learn from. On 2nd and 8, it's Richardson cutting it back. What about the reduced load of Steven Jackson? What are your thoughts on that, Brian?
Well, it's probably a good thing. He's at the stage in his career. He's not going to be a 350 carry guy. He's on pace now for well under 300 carries. But a guy at this point in his career, he's been such a workhorse, to have not only the changeup of the explosive inside-outside guy, but to give him that break, it's going to be good for Steven Jackson long term. There's no question about it. 3rd
and about 2.5 for the Rams, with Richardson in the backfield and 3 wide receivers. It's Richardson. Got through the hole, gets a first down. Very quick to the hole. 4-yard gain for Darrell Richardson.
What this obviously does, as you can see here, Matthews on the outside. He'd love to get that outside pass rush. Then all of a sudden you slip that draw or delay in there. That's as much about accounting for Matthews as putting that extra man on him.
Steven Jackson comes back in for the Rams. Packers with a 10-3 lead as we wind down in the first quarter. See the numbers on Steven Jackson. Tight end Kendricks motions. Jackson turns. Flea flicker. Bradford steps up. And the pass is caught by Chris Givens. In Green Bay territory at the 49-yard line. A little razzle-dazzle by the Rams as we come to the end of the first quarter, with the Packers leading the Rams 10-3. Back in St. Louis with the Rams trailing the Packers 10-3. Sam Rosen, Brian Billick, Laura Oakman as we start the second quarter. The Rams first down at the Packers 49. This is Daryl Richardson getting through, and a nice gain by Richardson.
Well, let's go back. We've got to look at this flea flicker. First, you're going to see a cat blitz off the edge. This is very, very dangerous. You can see Bradford almost doesn't get this thing off. Nice push by the Green Bay Packers. Bradford doing a great job stepping up. Did add a little bit more time. Might even had a bigger play, obviously, with the bigger pass.
Richardson picked up 11 yards on the last play, 5 carries for 26. Givens, he's a big play guy. He's been averaging 28 yards per reception. He's caught 8 passes this season. Here's Richardson, try to go wide. And the Packers able to bottle it up. Charles Woodson and Eric Walden combine on the stop. There's the veteran star, Charles Woodson, one of the all-time greats.
Well, this secondary is in a bit of transition with Woodson going to safety. He's in base downs, he's at a safety. Now, when they're in nickel, now he's in a more familiar inside in the slot, more like a nickel or even a big linebacker, so to speak. But it's base downs that he's getting used to being at the safety position.
Britt Miller, number 49, and at fullback for the Rams, along with Daryl Richardson off the play fake. Bradford wide open. Brandon Gibson, and he's out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Pick up a 15.
Nice job bringing Hawk on the inside. Good job by this reshuffled offensive line. The back steps up, gives Bradford a chance to get to the comeback. They're going after the rookie Hayward on the left side. Just kind of plays it off just a bit much. Brandon Gibson, of course, had that big, huge, beautiful one-handed catch that set up the score for the Rams against Miami last week.
Nice blitz pickup by the rookie back, Richardson.
That's all you can ask of a rookie. Keep him off my quarterback.
3 tight ends in for the Rams. Bradford gets time, goes underneath to Givens, and not much on the play. Might have been a loss of a yard on the play. Time for an update, and for that, here's Kurt Menefee. Check it out, Kurt.
All right, Sam, the Giants had a tough one against the Redskins, who swept them last year, but the Giants have the lead right now. Andre Brown diving in from the yard out and hitting the extra point. It is 6-3 right now. Sam, Brian, and Laura.
Thus far, the Giants have shut down RG3, Robert Griffin III.
And you got to be impressed with Washington with the loss to Brian Orakpo to still hold on defensively the way they have. Jim Haslett, the defensive coordinator, doing a heck of a job.
And the timeout called by the Rams. With a little confusion as far as what play they want to run.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's, never stop improving. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Miller Lite, it's not just a good time, it's Miller time.
Great shot of the dome here in St. Louis. We talk about how do you count for Clay Matthews. You got to find him. Here he's on the inside, almost like an inside backer, coming inside the B gap between the guard and the tackle. Now we're going to see him on the tight end side, dealing with two tight ends. You got to chip him. Now he's going to come off the weak side. What are you going to do? Draw on traps on the inside. See if you can slow him down. We've already seen in just a little over a quarter the way they move Clay Matthews all over the field.
On 2nd and 12, Isaiah Peed, number 24, second-round draft pick, takes the toss, his first NFL carry. And he picks up a yard on the play.
Clay Matthews, we talk about him as a pass rusher. I want you to watch how he sets the edge on a quick toss to the outside. They bring Kendricks around, trying to outflank him. Look at the sheer strength he does. Push it to the outside, push it to the outside, create that proverbial edge, force him back inside to the mouth or the strength of the defense. Brilliant run play by Clay Matthews.
First 3 years in the NFL, been to the Pro Bowl 3 times, a starter twice the last 2 years. Here's 3rd and 11 for the Rams. Steven Jackson back in the backfield. 6 defensive backs in for the Packers. Bradford throws underneath. They stop the play. A false start, I believe, against the Rams.
False start. Offense. Number 68. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
That's on the left tackle, Joe Barksdale.
Yeah, this is the Clay Matthews show right here. We keep talking about Matthews, but he definitely affected that. Barksdale, you're so anxious to get off the ball and get your hands on Clay Matthews, but you can't do it early.
Tough job for Barksdale in his first start with the Rams. He was picked up on waivers just a couple of weeks ago from Oakland.
Yeah, now he's in the starting lineup, part of that reshuffling job we talk about for this Rams.
He got injuries to Roger Saffold and Wayne Hunter on the offensive line. Have to get to the 12 for a first down. Underneath, Austin Pettis spins away from one man. Trevon Williams got a piece of it. And he's brought down at the 15-yard line, short of a first down. A gain of 14 on the play.
Sam Bradford, nice job handling the pressure, trying to do everything he can. Little surprised the Rams maybe don't go for it. Yes, they are. They are going to go for it. Brian Schottenheimer making the call. I mean, why not? You're at home. You know this could be a track meet. You know the Green Bay Packers are going to score. Take an opportunity to come away with 7 rather than 3.
4th and 2. Rams are 3 for 4 on 4th down conversions this season. Packers fake the show of the blitz. Drop back. Blitz coming. Bradford throws, and it's dropped. Went to Brandon Gibson, and he couldn't hold on. Devon House seeing his first action of the season.
They had the right call on. You can see the pressure is going to come from the inside. You've got to get the ball out quickly. Just a simple slant, give you more than enough room for the first down. Excellent job by House reaching up, stripping him. He had his hands on the ball. He couldn't knock it down, so I'm going to strip his arms from it.
Did you like the call to go for it? You did.
Sure, absolutely. Like I said, this is apt to be a track meet with the Green Bay Packers. You're in scoring position. I like the call.
Now the Packers at the 15-yard line. They scored the last 2 times they had the ball, and they lead it 10-3. Aaron Rodgers 5 for 5, 87 yards. Here's Alex Green. Spinning, gets a couple of yards. Alex Green, the second-year man out of Hawaii, has now taken over as the #1 running back for the Packers. Eugene Sims slow to get up for the Rams. Cedric Benson is out, though he is expected to return later on in the season. Sims upset as he limps toward the sideline.
The Packers were prepared to go back into no huddle. We've seen them expand and contract in and out of no huddle, more conventional huddle calls than no huddle. That really stretches the defense. If you're no huddle, fine. But when you go in and out of these big packages, little packages, huddle, no huddle, it really stresses the defense.
A lot of noise in the dome. Rodgers went over and told Jermichael Finley the play. Pressure on Rodgers. He throws and completes it to James Jones. He's got a first down up the 27-yard line. Boy, Rodgers makes all the throws.
That, folks, you cannot imagine that, how long a throw. He's on the left hash. They run a stunt inside, pressure in his face. Folks, that is a long throw off that left hash to darn near the sideline on a quick pivot out.
Alex Green carrying. Gets up to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 3 on the play. And basically, the Packers' running game is just to keep the defense honest.
And they're very comfortable with that. Let's remember in their Super Bowl run that they were near the bottom of the league in rushing offense. It really isn't a matter of how much you hand the ball off. Can you get your efficiency someplace else? Aaron Rodgers does. By running the ball, by dropping it off, by throwing these swing passes, they get it done in a different way.
On 2nd and 7, Rams showing blitz. Here comes Quentin Michael. And pressure from the outside by Robert Quinn. They chase Rodgers. He's got the mobility, gets rid of it to Green, and he made the catch at the 34. No calf problem for Aaron Rodgers.
Boy, the athleticism here of Aaron Rodgers. We talked about the quickness of these ends. Quinn almost gets home, and he gets there almost the second time. The strength and the athleticism, I don't see anything wrong with his calf.
Rodgers 7 for 7 for 101 yards and 1 touchdown thus far. Here's 3rd and 3. Rodgers throws, completes to Jordy Nelson. First down, Green Bay. Up at the 42-yard line. Gain of 8 on the play. Bradley Fletcher in on the stop of Jordy Nelson. Nelson's still split wide as the other players huddled up. Nelson and Jones, the wideouts, stayed wide. Almost a lonesome end. Crabtree lined up as a fullback. Alex Green goes the other way, gets up to the 45-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play, and Kellen Hurd, second-year defensive tackle, made the stop.
Yeah, we see Cortland Finnegan up to his usual tactics. He's in there stirring it up, trying to make something happen, going after Randall Cobb, seeing if he can get in the young player's head. And that's all this is. He's going to test every one of those receivers. Are you going to buy into my game? Can I take you off the game by jawing at you?
Packers pick up the tempo, go no huddle. With 3 wide receivers. Tom Crabtree is in a tight end for Green Bay. Quick toss is grabbed by Randall Cobb. Try to spin away. Gets down to the Rams' 49-yard line. Cortland Finnegan with the tackle. Gain of 6.
Want you to watch on the inside. We talked about the need to get home with a 4-man rush. Will they bring that 5th and 6th guy? Will you bring 5 and 6 guys? That means you're one-on-one on the outside. Right here, Randall Cobb saying, you can say what you want, Finnegan. I just converted a nice reception on you. It's going to be tough for the Rams if they've got to continue with this 5, 6, and 7-man pressure to get to Aaron Rodgers.
3rd and a long 1. Rodgers, the fake, the toss. He's got a man just overthrew James Jones. Just missed him.
Needed just a touch more air. Aaron Rodgers has all the full repertoire of throws, as Bill Walsh would say. Boy, that is so close. You'd like to say, geez, he needs to come up with that. He needed just that little bit more air, was under a little bit of duress, so had to get the ball out quickly.
Tim Mastay is back to punt. And Austin Pettis standing around his 8-yard line to receive. And a fair catch called for by Pettis. Takes it at the 10-yard line. That last incompletion, the first of the game for Aaron Rodgers as the Packers are stopped. James Laurinaitis on the bench. And the Rams defense able to hold. Rams offense starts at the 10-yard line. Sam Bradford 6 for 10, 66 yards. There's Steven Jackson. Pushes forward up to the 14, a pickup of 4 tonight. Foxtoberfest continues its Game 6 of the NLCS. The Cardinals in San Francisco trying to win the pennant. The Giants trying to force Game 7 tomorrow night. And it all leads to the World Series Wednesday night in the National League City. Tigers against the NLCS winner. It all begins tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific here on Fox. Packers come with a blitz. Jackson on the carry, burst through. Some good blocking up front. Steven Jackson up to the 33-yard line. Pickup of 19.
They're going to bring Charles Woodson from the outside. Sam Bradford possibly checking away from Woodson. Nice job leading up by the center, Robert Turner. Almost like a screen pass. Nice kick out block as well by Smith. They need to get Steven Jackson on track like this on those edges with the change up to Richardson.
The Rams brought in the former center of the Packers, Scott Wells, but he got injured first game of the season. Turner moved over from guard and has done a nice job at center. Bradford checking off on first down, and flag goes down. Delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense. Number 8. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
That shouldn't happen.
Well, we've talked about how do you account for Clay Matthews in terms of identifying linebackers. Here you can see the leaders, Bradford having a fairly good start. That last run by Steven Jackson obviously got him started a little bit. Brandon Gibson with 2 catches. But in trying to account for Clay Matthews either in protection or in your run front, sometimes that can slow you down at the line of scrimmage. You hate for that to happen at home.
First and 15. Bradford going underneath, completing to Brandon Gibson. And Gibson gets up to the 39-yard line. Pickup of 11, A.J. Hawk in on the tackle. That puts him in second and manageable with a good pickup.
Did a nice job across the line. So far, I haven't seen a whole lot of help on Clay Matthews. You just saw him come into the screen just barely to the left side. The Packers, too, like the Rams, are going to change it up between a 4-man rush, bringing Charles Woodson off the edge.
And Matthews is all over the place.
He's on that open side right there.
On 2nd and 4, off the play fake. Put up deep by Bradford, one-on-one battle down the field, and a good job by the rookie Casey Hayward of covering Chris Gibbons, the speedster, on the outside.
That was a great pass by Bradford given the circumstances. Here you can see Clay Matthews, just that quick conversion rush right here. Dips underneath, is never done, is never over. As a quarterback, you can feel that. Would have liked to have had a little bit more touch, but he could feel the pocket collapsing around him.
Barry Richardson, the right tackle, doing the blocking on Clay Matthews. Richardson brought in as a free agent from Kansas City. Steve Smith, number 12, is in as one of the wide receivers. On 3rd and 4, Bradford with time, and he connects with Steve Smith. A good possession receiver. He's still trying to come back from a knee problem he had a couple of years ago. Let's get an injury update to the sideline. Here's Laura Okmin.
Sam, you guys have been talking about how thin this Packers defensive line is. It got thinner there without defensive end Mike Neal right now. He is battling a knee injury. His return is questionable. Rams end Eugene Sims also with the knee injury. He is doubtful for the rest of the game.
Thanks, Laura. First down. Rams at their own 45. Had a look at the fellow in the t-shirt. That was Danny Amendola, a big receiver, key receiver. Jackson broke a tackle, almost was stopped in the backfield, got away, and it turns into a 11-yard gain. Desmond Moses missed him.
This is a nice job by Steven Jackson here. You're running away from Clay Matthews, not a bad thing to do. Nice bounce to the outside, the body. Look at the power of this guy. Just right here. You're not going to bring Charles Woodson's a heck of a player, but you need to hit him down a lot lower than that, Charles, because I tell you what, hitting a big man up on this at that high, no future in that.
6 carries, 46 yards for Steven Jackson. There he is again. The workhorse gets down to the 41, a pickup of 3 on the play. Eric Walden made the tackle. Walden has been active thus far in the game for the Packers. The Rams with a new left side of the offensive line. Wayne Hunter, who had started the last 4 games, out with a back injury, replaced by Joe Barksdale, and Shelley Smith replacing Quinn Ojanaka. We've reached the 2-minute warning. Packers on the road in the Dome for the 3rd straight week, leading 10-3.
Today's game is sponsored by Visa. Make your season epic with Visa NFL fan offers.
Rams running the ball well and keeping it away from Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. On 2nd and 7. The play fake. Bradford looking and throwing wide open as Brandon Gibson steps out of bounds at the 27. A first down for the Rams. Pick up a 14 on the play.
Well, this certainly helps anytime you can boot play action. Now Matthews comes down to the inside, buys you just that extra time. They've been making hay with a couple of these deep comeback routes on the outside. A lot of ways to avoid a pass rush, chip, turn the line that way, put the tight end. You know what? I'll just run away from it as well.
And back in the backfield, Steven Jackson blocked 2 guys to keep him off of Sam Bradford. Blitz coming. Bradford dumps it off. Kendricks, the tight end, is brought down. Little or no gain on the play. A.J. Hawk all over it, leading tackler. A.J. Hawk on one side, James Laurinaitis on the Rams side. 2 Ohio State greats in college. And A.J. was the mentor to James Laurinaitis. Laurinaitis told us, I learned what hard work was all about.
This defensive line's a little short-handed, maybe feeling a bit gassed right now.
Here's Jackson. Short pickup down to the 25. Give him 2 yards on the play. Brings up a 3rd and long for the Rams.
We saw that they're running the ball well. Brian Schottenheimer going for the balanced approach. They've got better than 5 minutes difference in time of possession.
Yeah.
But time of possession has to lead to points. You know, no points, time of possession's like empty calories in a diet. There's got to be something to go with it. That was the problem for them last week against Miami. They were up and down the field, couldn't convert in the red zone.
Timeout. Green Bay calling time.
This is the formula Jeff Fisher wants to orchestrate, keeping Aaron Rodgers off the field. This is numbers just this quarter. That 5-minute time of possession differential is huge, but you got to come away with points.
On 3rd and 8, Rams have 4 wide receivers in the game. It's Steve Smith motioning, and a high snap recovered by Sam Bradford. In trouble, and he's chased out of bounds. He got back to the 26-yard line, just inside the 26. And it'll bring up a 4th down.
Well, I was trying to circle Clay Matthews on the inside here. Obviously the bad snap. Nice athleticism by Sam Bradford. This guy too, like an Aaron Rodgers, he's a good athlete. You don't realize how big Sam Bradford is until you stand next to him. He's every bit 6'4".
So the Rams will attempt a field goal, and there is Greg Zuerlein, who made a 50-yarder earlier, his 5th field goal of 50 or more. This one is 43. Johnny Hekker, the holder. Jake McQuaid, the long snapper. The kick is right through. Zuerlein 2 for 2 in the game. The only points for the Rams. They still trail the Packers 10-6.
Today's game is sponsored by Chevrolet. From kickoff to the last yard, Chevy runs deep.
Rams have played the ball possession game. A drive of 11 yards, but they turned it over on downs. 11 plays in that drive. 12-play drive here for 65 yards. And Aaron Rodgers has only been on the field for a little over 11 minutes in the first half.
Yeah, Rams like that formula, but like we said, now they've got a tired and mad, or a rested and mad Aaron Rodgers. We'll see if he can do something with it here with 40 seconds.
Randall Cobb brings it out from 7 yards deep. And he's brought down. Darian Stewart with the tackle. Let's see what Kurt Menefee has for us at halftime and check in the studio.
Coming up on the Visa halftime, we'll have highlights from around the league, including an unbelievable first half for Chris Johnson and a battle between the only two AFC teams with winning records, the Ravens and Texans. It's all coming up on the Visa halftime. See you then.
Michael, you're late.
Oh, he had to come from New York. He just got done with Kelly. 2 timeouts in the back pocket. I don't imagine Aaron Rodgers just going to sit on this thing. He's still thinking possible score.
They start from the 15. John Kuhn in the backfield with him. Short underneath. Complete to Jermichael Finley, the tight end. Finley with a start last week.
Just a quick release. You know, when you start at 2 minutes, you just want positive yards. You just want to kind of get something going. Finley is a little bit of the forgotten man so far. We've actually seen more of Crabtree for protection purposes. Mike McCarthy told us that a couple years ago in 2009, they designed the entire offense around Jermichael Finley. Then he got hurt. He said, we'll never do that again. He can be a big factor for us. We got to get him involved early in the game. Aaron Rodgers tells us that. He has yet to really do that because he needs his confidence, but they really think he can still be that impact player. He's just one of many impact players that Green Bay has now.
Missed the game a couple of weeks ago, played with the injured shoulder last week, and said he was better this week. 3 wide receivers, Kuhn in the backfield, and a false start on the Packers.
I think we got Brian Bulaga on the right side, rocking in his stance
False
just
start.
a bit.
Offense, number 75.
You got him.
5-yard penalty. Still first down. There's no 10 run off. The clock will not running.
Coming up on the Visa halftime report, the guys, Kurt, Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy will get you updated on everything going on around the league. RG3 and the Redskins at the Giants. Chris Johnson with a big day in Buffalo. 1st and 15. Rodgers with time, fires and completes it. Up to the 36-yard line of Randall Cobb. Pickup of 13. Aaron Rodgers,
3rd.
11 of 12, and the Packers use another timeout. They've used their last one. Aaron Rodgers, 11 for 12, 141 yards, 1 touchdown. Had 1 big completion of 52 yards. Alex Green, Jordy Nelson, the man on the receiving end of the 52-yard pass and the 3-yard touchdown pass.
We talk about a lack of productivity score-wise for the Rams with the time of possession. Well, at the end of the day, those are great numbers for Green Bay, but we're only looking at 10 points. That is the best formula. This is such a talented group. They're not done here yet necessarily in the half, but the Rams are going to go in at halftime feeling pretty good about where they're at.
Nelson, Cobb, and Jones, the 3 wideouts. Kuhn in the backfield, and Jermichael Finley tight end. Everybody out. Rodgers steps up and completes it for Finley. And the tight end is out of bounds at the Rams' 45-yard line.
The footwork of Aaron Rodgers getting to the outside to break down the defense is just so subtle. It is stunning that the knock on Aaron Rodgers coming out, him falling to the 24th pick to the Green Bay Packers, was supposedly because of his athleticism. Makes us all look kind of silly right now because that's the strength of his game. And now with 17 seconds, clearly on the edge of getting into field goal position.
#1 passer in the league, and he's looking like it today. Everybody out. Quick toss is complete to James Jones, and he's brought down at the 40-yard line. Hurry up offense for the Packers. Time winding down. And he spikes it. And it looks like Mason Crosby will have a long field goal try of about 58 yards.
And this is a long old field goal, but it shows you we were at 40 seconds, just under 40 seconds, with 2 timeouts. Watch the effectiveness of Aaron Rodgers. Looks to the clock, knows exactly how much time he has left. I don't think he was looking at Laurinaitis there. Wanted to make sure there was only a handful of seconds on the clock. Beautiful orchestration of 2-minute offense by Aaron Rodgers.
Crosby from 58 and a timeout by the Rams. To let him think about it, maybe.
Second Trucks timeout.
Jeff Fisher, or maybe
St. Louis.
wants
30
to let his special teams unit come up with something?
Tom, last week had the Baltimore game with Dallas, and it's been talked about all week long about the mismanagement of the clock by the Dallas Cowboys. And this is a perfect example when you've got a quarterback and a coach that know how to orchestrate a 2-minute offense. This was less than 40 seconds, 2 timeouts. They had under 20 seconds with these last plays to get themselves in position, at least a chance here is the long old field goal, but just to orchestrate the game. This is at its best. This is what's got to happen. This is why the criticism of the Cowboys is very much justified, because that's what could have happened for them against the Baltimore Ravens.
Mastay is the holder. The long snapper is Brett Good from 58 yards. Mason Crosby misses wide to the right by a lot. Not even close. We have come to halftime, but Aaron Rodgers passing has led the Packers to a 10-6 lead over the St. Louis Rams as we send you to the studio for the Visa Halftime Report. Favorite team all season long. Go to iTunes.com/NFL. Sam Rosen, Brian Billick, Laura Oakman in St. Louis as we are set for the start of the second half. The Packers deferred at the start of the game when they won the coin toss, so the Rams will kick off. Green Bay with a 10-6 lead. Greg Zuerlein tees it up. The kick to Randall Cobb. Backs him up 9 yards deep, takes a knee. We go to Laura Oakman on the sideline. Laura.
Thanks, Sam. Jeff Fisher said the biggest victory in the first half was keeping Aaron Rodgers off the field. He said we've got to make sure that when we need to get a 3 and out, and then offensively we need points. Field goals are not going to cut it against this team. Mike McCarthy said offensively they want to make sure between this noise and the defensive line to mix up the run and the pass, play faster defensively. We need to stop the run, stay square in our gaps, and not get off our blocks.
Thank you, Laura. Packers start from the 20. Aaron Rodgers 13 for 15 in the first half. One of those incompletions, a spike. Alex Green carrying. And there's no gain on the play. Let's check out the first half statistics. What do you see there, Coach?
Well, you're going to see in terms of total yards, that's fine, but it's down here, time of possession. But that's what Jeff Fisher alluded to. It's all well and good. We accomplished what we wanted in keeping Aaron Rodgers off the field, but we're still down by 4. Field goals aren't going to do it. They've got to come up with scores when they get down into the red zone.
Rams have 3 sacks, but they really haven't bothered Aaron Rodgers all that much.
No, not with what, 1 incompletion on the day so far.
Crabtree, the tight end motion, fake toss, and Rodgers keeps it. Robert Quinn broke up that play. He was in so quickly, Aaron couldn't toss the ball to the back.
It wasn't a fake toss. It was a brilliant job. Here you're going to see Quinn off that edge right now, and Rodgers goes, no, this thing's going to get picked off by Quinn. I'll just turn it into a quarterback draw. That's a brilliant little play by Aaron Rodgers. What awareness to have that peripheral vision to go, wait a minute, that flash of light's not right.
It brings up a 3rd and 8. John Kuhn in the backfield with Rodgers. 3 wide receivers. Rodgers steps up and fires and completes to Jordy Nelson. First down, Packers. Nelson up to the 40-yard line.
How many times have we seen it this game, Sam? You're going to see pressure on the inside. They're bringing 6 guys. You had better get home. Nice job by Kuhn coming over to pick up the linebacker, because you're a one-on-one across the board. One of my 4 or 5 guys is going to get open, and right now Rodgers is always finding that right guy.
Jordy Nelson, 6 catches, 104 yards, and a touchdown in the game. From the 40, quick toss complete to James Jones. And into Rams territory. There's that quick stuff from Aaron Rodgers.
Well, so much for Jeff Fisher's 3 and out. This is what just kills you. The fact that they go no huddle. Now they're orchestrating what they're more familiar with. Mike McCarthy does a great job. We're seeing 3 and 4 and 5 different personnel groupings, as many formations to really test the defense of the Rams.
He's rotating 4 tight ends. He has DJ Williams in with Jermichael Finley. And the carry, John Kuhn. You hear the crowd react. And Kuhn down to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, that fullback with that quick dive, it's like that ace up your sleeve. It's like it's not fair. We're just going to slice this in you. Now the inside pass rush guys have to at least consider, are they going to hand that ball off to the fullback again?
Kuhn stays in with Alex Green in the backfield. 2 tight ends in. And it's Green trying to cut it back and slip. And the Rams able to take him down at the 39-yard line. Bring up a 2nd and short, or rather a 3rd and short for the Packers.
The Packers give you so much to prepare for between their personnel groupings, their formations, their no huddle. It really does stretch a defense. Now you have to match up personnel.
2 tight ends in, Finley and Crabtree. The fullback Kuhn is in with Alex Green. Rodgers with time, and he finds a man. It's complete to James Jones. A first down at the 21-yard line. 17-yard gain.
Defense wasn't ready for the snap here. They keep both backs in for protection with just a 4-man rush. We talked about the edge rush isn't going to get home when you keep both those backs in. This was just a 3-man route, and Jones got in behind it with the quick little corner route.
Rodgers' accuracy continues to be spectacular. Green on the draw play. It's a couple of yards inside the 20. 2-yard pickup. Alex Green, 10 carries, only 15 yards. Don Hudson, one of the all-time greats in the NFL, a Green Bay Packer. James Jones has scored 2 touchdowns. He's had 2 touchdown receptions in 3 consecutive games, tying Don Hudson's franchise record. Everybody out. Rodgers completes it to Jones. And a short pickup. Down around the 17-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
And what have we been saying? First it's Jordy Nelson, then it's Jermichael Finley. We've talked about Randall Cobb. Now you're talking about James Jones. And when you rank a franchise record, and that franchise is the Green Bay Packers, that's nothing to sneeze at. That's pretty good.
That's big-time football. 3 wide receivers in. They split the tight end as well. Second time in the red zone for the Packers in the game. They scored their first time. Everybody out. Rodgers completes it to Jordy Nelson, and he's wrestled down at the 8-yard line. That's a first down for the Packers. Cortland Finnegan took him down, but Nelson comes up with his 8th catch.
I want you to watch the tackles out here on the Green Bay Packers. We talked about dealing with these quick rush ends of Quinn and Long. They do an excellent job. This is a big reason why Aaron Rodgers is so efficient right now. Other than early in the game, he has been untouched, and Aaron Rodgers is lethal when he has that kind of time.
First and goal, 3 wide receivers. Alex Green in the backfield. Swing it out to Green. One-on-one with Dunbar. Joel Dunbar takes him down at the 6-yard line.
We're down in that territory where, like last time they were here, we showed Jermichael Finley broken out to one side, Jordy Nelson to the other, the big bodies going up for the ball. We'll see if they want to spread it out the same way here and kind of challenge it.
Second and goal, just short of the 5-yard line.
Here it is. Finley's down here. Jordy Nelson's up here.
Rodgers with time. Throws, that's a touchdown to Randall Cobb. second touchdown of the season for Randall Cobb. And another touchdown pass for Aaron Rodgers, a league-leading 18.
Nice play design by the Packers. You can see why the Rams felt like they needed to go for it on a 4th and 2. Jeff Fisher's right. Field goals isn't going to be enough because this Green Bay Packer team, you know, is going to score touchdowns.
Mason Crosby's extra point is good. The Packers have opened up a 17-6 lead. Aaron Rodgers, 20 for 22 in the game.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. By Bud Light, the official beer of NFL fans. Here we go. By Chrysler, imported from Detroit. And by Burger King and the delicious new holiday sweets.
Watching some great quarterback play by Aaron Rodgers, who was 7 for 7 on that last drive.
Well, just the precision of Aaron Rodgers. We see him do it outside the pocket, do it in the pocket. They changed up between no huddle, huddle. They ran the ball. I mean, you saw the whole package there.
Well, stiff neck or no, he's doing okay. Chris Gibbons is deep. Mason Crosby with a strong leg. And Gibbons catches it out of the end zone. Packers have opened up a 17-6 lead. Rams on offense when we're back. Aerial coverage has been provided by DirecTV. That's not a new amusement park ride. That's just some balloons that got loose at somebody's party. Now the Rams from their own 20. Sam Bradford, 10 for 15, 97 yards, but no touchdowns in the game for the Rams. Bradford checking off. Off the play fake, wants to go deep. Goes underneath instead to Brett Miller, the fullback, and you saw it, he dropped it.
Well, let's go back to the touchdown. We talked about the effect of Jordy Nelson. He's going to come underneath here, draw up coverage. Everybody's reacting to the presence of Jordy Nelson. Cobb's going to come right in behind it, in behind this trash, so to speak, to get the touchdown. I want you to watch right here. Janoris Jenkins, he goes to break on the ball. His vision back on Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is going to slice you up like a surgeon when you're peeking at him and not the man.
On 2nd and 10, Bradford being chased by Matthews. He's got him. 9th sack of the season for Clay Matthews. He's 2nd in the league.
Absolutely relentless off the backside. It was inevitable that he's going to come off that edge. Barksdale actually holds on pretty good. I don't know if this was design half roll by the quarterback, but you're not going to get away from Clay Matthews.
Wow. He just runs you down. J.J. Watt of Houston, number 1 in the league in sacks, started today at 9.5. Clay Matthews, that was his 9th of the season. 3rd and 19 for the Rams.
Continue to move Matthews around.
Bradford gets time, goes short for Jackson, is hit hard, and a penalty called on Desmond Moses. Looked like it may have been helmet to helmet.
And this is going to beyond the liability, so to speak, of the helmet to helmet. This is going to give him a new set of downs.
Foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense number 54. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Sam on a 3rd and 19. Boy, this is murder. And this is what the rule is. This is the classic defenseless. The ball behind him, helmet, and he launched himself. I think he might have been able to get away with it, except that he launched himself at the helmet. That's going to get called every time. Forearm and then helmet, either one going up to the helmet of Steven Jackson would bring about the penalty.
Desmond Moses getting a chance to play with the injuries the Packers have had at linebacker, but called on the penalty. Only the 2nd one for the Packers in the game. But
the penalty being enforced from the previous spot.
And it's only 15 on a 3rd and 19, but it is an automatic first down.
A little confusion here by the officials. From the officials, they're gathering up.
Replacement officials snuck back into the building.
The ball spotted at the 26. And it is a first down for the Rams. Steven Jackson is okay. He carries here. And is wrapped up by A.J. Hawk. Time for an update. For that, let's go to our studios to Patrick O'Neill. Patrick.
All right, Sam, thanks. In Carolina, the Cowboys finally reached the end zone. That's Tony Romo hit Miles Austin. 2 feet in and 6. Right now, the Cowboys up on the Panthers 10-7 as they look to get back to 500. Back to Sam and Coach Billett.
Thanks, Patrick. Cowboys, they must win, I think, Brian, the way that division is shaping up.
Every game's a must win. I was in this game a long time. Never did anybody say, it's okay if we lose this one.
Jackson never got going. Good penetration. Ryan Pickett, Terrell Worthy do a great job.
Inside presence by Pickett in here and in here. Inside for Raji. You talk about the inside presence not only in the running game but in the passing game to push the quarterback out of the pocket. Packers a little vulnerable due to injury with Raji being out. Pickett moves inside, picks up where Raji left off.
Worthy, a 2nd-round draft pick, getting a chance to play. And Pickett, a one-time Ram. He started his career with the Rams. Says he feels very natural at nose tackle. 6 defensive backs in for the Packers on a 3rd and long. Bradford with time, nobody open. Goes underneath to Kendricks, and he's brought down by the rookie Casey Hayward. Making his first NFL start. Hayward with a tackle on Lance Kendricks.
They emptied the backfield. They had lots of coverage, just buzzing to their spots. Again, when you get a 3rd and long, all you have to do is time is on your side. The longer it takes for the quarterback, the more of an opportunity you have to close off those lanes. Nice coverage job, passive zone coverage by the Packers.
Johnny Hekker to punt. Randall Cobb deep for the Packers. Cobb back at his own 23-yard line. Good boot by Hekker. Cobb backs up to the 17, has some room to return. Trying to go wide. Slips 1 man. And a good effort by Randall Cobb. Gets across the 30. Rocky McIntosh with a tackle. 55-yard punt, 14 return. It's always tough on special teams.
Ram rookie Isaiah Peed is learning what it is to be a gunner in the NFL. He's getting mugged here. Someone's got to redefine what defensive holding is. He's likely, I think they're still sitting on the bench holding him. He's still grinning right there going, I had a hold of that guy and there was nothing he could do.
Packers from the 32. Cobb in motion. Everybody out, quick outside of Cobb. And he's stopped by James Laurinaitis. Call ** NFL to download NFL Mobile now and get coverage of every NFL game. Right here, the Green Bay Packers with a 17-6 lead, and this is almost a must stop for the Rams.
Yeah, the clock and chewing up of the clock is almost as important as keeping points off the board at this point for St. Louis.
Packers came out of the first half with the lead, and there's Alex Green breaking through, getting up close to midfield where he's brought down at the 47-yard line. Biggest run of the game, 15-yard pickup.
The Rams just guessed wrong on this one. They brought all the pressure from this side. They group it up. They had a nice call going to that little counter trap out the backside. Just not enough bodies on that side. They rolled the dice and came up wrong.
First down at the 47. John Kuhn is the fullback. Aaron Rodgers steps back. Packers had the ball for nearly 7 minutes to start the third quarter. The inside handoff to the up man. Kuhn gets a couple of yards. Give him 4 across midfield.
Boy, the last drive, Aaron Rodgers was perfect. 7 for 7. Jordy Nelson on the outside. Drops the ball off to James Jones. Now I'm going to spread around, come back to Jones on the other side. I'll come back here into Jones again. Jones' his favorite receiver. I'll go back to Jordy Nelson. You see this inside, outside, just a little swing pass to the running back, and then Randall Cobb to finish it off in the end zone.
And he gets a tap on the helmet from the head coach and says, nicely done.
21 of 23.
And one of those incompletions was the spike just before halftime. Couple of yards on the carry down to the 46-yard line. Give him 3 for Alex Green. I know you don't like passer ratings, but
you think? I hate
whatever
that
it is, it's right through the roof.
I've never seen a more useless number in my life. I don't need a passer rating to say, you know what, 12's pretty good.
Yeah, that's right. Empty backfield, everybody out. Quick outside to Donald Driver. The all-time leader in receptions for the Packers is brought down a yard short of the first down. Bradley Fletcher shaken up for the Rams.
Nice job on the DB. Fletcher coming up and closing. That had to be a picture-perfect tackle, or just the momentum was going to give him the first down.
Donald Driver, he's almost become the forgotten man now for the Packers, with Nelson and Jones and Cobb.
Yeah, you thought with Jennings out that we'd see a little bit more of Driver until he came back, but it's obviously great to have that veteran experience there, but it just shows you how deep they are at so many other positions.
Mastay with the punt. And is fair caught inside the 10. Mastay with 20 punts this season, downed inside the 20. He leads the league.
Yeah, Sam, to finish our thought on this passer rating, we're going to take a look at it here. It's a convoluted process. It doesn't take into effect big plays. You know, I'd do away. It's worse than my taxes. Do away with it altogether. It's cute to have, but it has no value whatsoever. I don't know of anybody in the league that actually uses the passer rating. I'm talking about teams now that it's fun to have, but semi-useless.
Rams start from the 9. This is the 5th time in 6 possessions they've started inside their own 20. Long pass. Intercepted by Casey Hayward. Hayward's first, his second, make that his 4th interception this season. He's been the big man on the ball. The rookie does the job. Packers have the ball back. Casey Hayward tying Thomas Decoux of Atlanta, Tim Jennings of the Bears with 4 interceptions. A rookie doing an outstanding job. Now the Packers from the Rams 42. Plenty of time for Rodgers. Nobody open. Dumps it off, but Alex Green drops the ball.
Let's go back to that interception now. We're going to see what took. Here you got safety dropping down in, so Bradford sees he's got one-on-one on the backside. The problem is the guy was not open from Jump Street. Hayward doing a great job, stride for stride, and Sam Bradford more hoping and wishing than actually executing.
Trying to hit something deep with Chris Givens, the speedster. 2nd and 10 for the Rams. Rodgers gets it to Alex Green. Inside the 30, there's a flag on the play. Back in the Packers backfield, looked like Brian Bulaga was holding.
Offense number 75. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
It was just a little play fake. You're going to see it up here. Oh, on that side, excuse me, other side. You're going to see Bulaga, and that's Long coming outside. He dips inside because of a little bit of a play fake. And then he just kind of WWFs right down into it. Probably got caught off guard with the inside rush of the Chris Long.
Packers have done a good job on Chris Long. He hasn't been a factor at all in the game.
Shows how much I know. It's WWE. There's not a WWF, I thought.
Used to be.
It used to be. See, I'm old school. I'm old school.
Rodgers Wanted to take off, dumps it off to Alex Green. Smarter move. Laurinaitis wraps him up and hauls him down at the 40-yard line. We'll bring up a 3rd and 8.
This is just classic Aaron Rodgers. Nice job stepping, climbing the pocket. Yeah, I'll turn down and run it, but my calf does hurt. So I'll just flip it out here. Like we said, this is their running game, excuse me. This is what they have instead of a sustained running game, and they're happy to do it. Okay, I'll show you. I got holding last time. I'm going to make up for it right here.
That's what Chris Long has to deal with on every down. Packers have to get to the 32 for a first down. There's movement on the line. Was it Bulaga first, or did Long make the move first?
I think they're going to get Long on this one. It's the game within the game. We got 3
Neutral
straight
zone
plays.
infraction. Defense number 91. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Watch here on the far right side at the top right there. Once they move, the lineman's allowed to react, and that's what brings the penalty right here. Trying to get a jump on the ball at home.
We have reached the end of the 3rd quarter, a quarter that belonged to the Green Bay Packers. They widen their lead to 17-6. They'll have the ball to start the 4th quarter here in St. Louis.
Jeff Fisher was complaining to the officials about the hand action of Aaron Rodgers. This is illegal. I can't say this is illegal. This action is being clamped down on by the league, this sudden movement by the quarterback. He's complaining, saying that's what's drawing my guy off sides. I thought we were going to call that this year.
And he's on the competition committee.
Yeah, don't think for a second Vinovich doesn't know that.
First play of the 4th quarter. On 3rd down and 4. Rodgers outside. Here's a first down. James Jones with a catch, and he's down at the 28-yard line. 6th catch of the game for James Jones, a pickup of 6.
You know, the Rams are in a no-win situation. If you bring 5 and 6 guys like they did the last time, Rodgers is just torching them, finding the matchup that he wants. If you go passive and can't get a pass rush on him, he climbs the pocket, drops it off, finds something to do with the ball. Right now, Rams searching for something to get to Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers throws, completes to Randall Cobb. Packers have totally turned around the time of possession in the game. They had the ball for almost 12 minutes in the 3rd quarter.
We saw in the first half that was a big part of it being a tight game, and that the Rams had better than 5 minutes more of time of possession, but it didn't lead to points, as we said. That's the killer here. They're not only chewing up the time of possession, but they're adding points with it as well.
Superb numbers for Aaron Rodgers.
Imagine the passer rating says that's pretty good.
Kuhn and Green in the backfield. Short drop, the fake, the throw for Jones. Broken up. Nice play by Craig Dahl. Coming over. Jones was there.
It was a double move by Jones, and Aaron Rodgers was so anxious to get the ball up. I don't think he knew that Dahl was that far over. Nice jump on the route by Dahl. I'm not sure Aaron Rodgers saw him. He wanted to get it up and down quick. Isn't that what the golfers say?
That's right.
Get it up. I have no clue what that means, but it sounds good though.
3rd and 4. Rodgers steps up, points out one of the defenders. Rodgers gets time, has Jordy Nelson. Stepped around the rookie Jenkins. He's got a first down and a late flag on the Rams. Down at the 13-yard line. Looks like a face mask.
Just a simple stop route on the outside. Nelson's such a big man. Hard to bring him down. He's going to get the extra yards. Just a pull of the face mask and the helmet.
Unnecessary roughness. Grabbing a helmet opening. Defense. Number
That's
31.
on Cortland Finnegan.
Yeah, just kind of got a hold. I mean, it's obviously a penalty. He and Finnegan kind of going after one another. That's his game. Finnegan loves to talk.
A season-high 122 yards receiving for Jordy Nelson on 8 catches in the game. His career high is 162 yards. But he has had back-to-back fabulous games. Last week in Houston and this week here in St. Louis. 1st and goal, Packers at the 6-yard line. Crabtree, the tight end motions. A handoff to Alex Green. Fights his way for about a yard. Let's go to the sideline. Laura Oakman's got an update. Laura.
I want to add something with Cortland Finnegan. I talked to him, and he said, you can say I'm aggressive, you can say I instigate, I antagonize, but do not call me dirty. He hates that. He said, I played the same way since college. Find the ball, hit the ball. I play within the confines of the game. I asked receiver for Green Bay, James Jones, about it. He said, we watch so much film on him because of the reputation. He's aggressive. He's not dirty. When you play him, you play till the whistle.
Thanks, Laura. And he's a key addition to this Rams defense. 2nd and goal for the Packers. In motion, Randall Cobb. Green trying to find an opening. Nothing there. James Laurinaitis and William Hayes combine on the stop. Good job by the Rams.
Well, they're trying to power this in. 2 straight runs inside. Nice job by Laurinaitis pulling the trigger. Just filling in the gap. They're not going to be able to run the ball in. They're going to have to throw it. Again, you've got Finley on the outside with, or excuse me, this time they're going to, interesting, they're going to have Jordy Nelson, Finley to the same side. Let's see what kind of 2-man combination. Bring Randall Cobb underneath as well.
Donald Driverson is a 4th wide receiver. Everybody out. Rodgers steps up, looking, throwing, and it's incomplete. Broken up by Trumaine Johnson. And good to see Trumaine Johnson back on the field after he was shaken up in the first half.
Just nice coverage. It comes back to Driver and Jones. Just a hold right there. He's got a legitimate. Aaron Rodgers went over and chewed on the official a little bit. You got to kind of hold. He got a fistful of jersey there. Aaron Rodgers has the right to complain about that one.
Mason Crosby will attempt a 23-yard field goal, and it's in. And the Packers widen the lead to 20-6. Aaron Rodgers having an outstanding game.
Today's game is sponsored by Subway. Run to Subway this October for the Meatball Marinara featured $5 footlong of October. By the Samsung Galaxy S3. The next big thing is already here. And by Volkswagen. That's the power of German engineering.
Beautiful day outside here in St. Louis. A little more stormy inside. Aaron Rodgers chawing on the officials, going, that was a hold, and he's absolutely right. You look back here, Jones coming out of the break, Johnson getting a fistful of Packer jersey there. Clearly should have been called.
Sam Rosen, Brian Billick, Laura Oakman here in St. Louis as Mason Crosby's kick comes down to Chris Gibbons, and he takes a knee. Rams down by 14. Later today, right here on Fox, it's Game 6 of the NLCS. Chris Carpenter goes for the Cardinals. It'll be Ryan Vogelsong for the Giants, who try to stay alive. Cardinals can wrap it up, win the National League pennant, and open the World Series here in St. Louis Wednesday night. Game 6 tonight on Fox. Beginning at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, World Series here on Fox Wednesday night, Game 1 in the National League City. Rams have had only 6 plays here in the second half. The pass tip grabbed by Gibbons, turns it into a big one. Gibbons trying to pick up a couple of blockers. Great play by Chris Gibbons, another big one. He has had plays in 4 consecutive games of 50 yards or more. This one was 56.
Well, this bordered on disaster. You can see Clay Matthews almost gets his, or does get his hands on it, but not enough. And now the explosiveness of Gibbons. What this does for this Ram offense, this young receiving core, these big plays, now all of a sudden gives them a scoring opportunity.
First down at the Green Bay 24, and it's Daryl Richardson carrying. Trying to bust through the hole. Got down to the 18-yard line. Give them 6 on the carry. Richardson 7 carries, 33 yards.
Just a little quick screen right here. You got well orchestrated. You get the tackle out there blocking, and then Gibbons. Watch the change of direction and just the burst this guy has. You know, these DBs are pretty fast too.
Looks like the Rams have upped their tempo a little bit. Here's Richardson looking for the opening. He's hit by C.J. Wilson at the 15-yard line. He picked up 3 on the play. Bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Rams.
Yeah,
And here's a point in the game. They've got to get it in the end zone.
Right, and that's why the increased pace and why they're started to run a huddle a little bit. They're back into the huddle now for a more orchestrated call on 3rd down that went no huddle on 1st and 2nd down because the clock is a factor. We're talking about a 2-score differential with just approaching 10 minutes.
Richardson stays in the game. They line up Matthew Mulligan, the tight end, in the backfield. Now he shifts. And the whistle stops the play. A timeout called by the Packers before the ball was snapped.
First charge, timeout.
Again, you can see right here they call timeout. They obviously, both Woodson, I didn't see who the other guy was, recognized, wait a minute, something's not right. They had 12 guys on the field. I think that was the factor here for Green Bay. Nice call by Charles Woodson.
Chris Gibbons has been explosive the last 4 weeks.
Well, they've not been real productive offensively, but they have been explosive, if that makes sense. And Gibbons a big part of it, getting big plays down the field. Not only here, but you saw in this same game against Miami, Brandon Gibson had a big one-handed catch down the sideline. And then today, this gives them hope. This gives them a little bit of a chance now. If they can score here, bring it down to a 1-score game. That's all you can really hope for against the Green Bay Packer team with Aaron Rodgers.
Gibbons receptions 52, 51, 65, and 56. There's the 3rd and 1 with Steven Jackson at running back. Jackson with a 1st down. That big body. It's tough to stop. He's still powerful. He gets 3 on the play, and the Rams have a 1st down at the 12-yard line.
Right now, Sam Bradford's checking with Brian Schottenheimer almost on every play. Are we huddling? Are we going? This communication's got to pick up just a little bit. They know they've pressed by the clock, but they've got to smooth this out. Sam Bradford needs to have more of a firm idea. What do you want here? You want to go in a no huddle, or do you want to go an orchestrated huddle call?
They go empty backfield with 4 wide receivers in. Bradford going underneath to Steve Smith. Down to the 6-yard line. Pickup of 6 on the play. A.J. Hawk with the tackle. And the Rams closing in. They've not been able to get into the end zone.
You know, one way to break all these coverage, just shallow drags underneath. You haven't heard from Steve Smith the whole game. Just run him underneath, run the other guys vertical. Touchdown to check down right now. Sam Bradford with the foot half a touchdown.
Steven Jackson in the backfield. Jackson carrying right into the end zone. He's still got that dash, doesn't he?
Well, he's got the power to go with it.
His first rushing touchdown of the season. And the first rushing touchdown by a running back for the Rams this season.
Aaron Rodgers knows that we're not out of it. We had the game a couple weeks ago when they were up 21-3 against the Indianapolis Colts. And in the second half, the Colts came out and literally went up and down the field. This is now going to, conceivably with an extra point, become a 1-touchdown game.
Greg Zuerlein for the extra point. Big drive by the Rams. 80 yards in 6 plays. And one of their all-time greats, Steven Jackson, finishes it off. This one's for you, Brian. This Friday, Chef Ramsay is back for a whole new season of Kitchen Nightmares. He's saving America's worst restaurants one at a time. And on the season premiere, Gordon's got to get through 2 sisters who refuse his help. Kitchen Nightmares season premiere. Viewer discretion advised. Friday at 8/7 Central.
Yeah, if
you're on Fox.
I'd take that guy out. I'll tell you what, he just makes me mad.
Zuerlein, big kick. No run back. It's through the end zone. Packers will start from the 20.
We got to go back to the Steven Jackson touchdown. Watch the combination on the left side of the line and center. Turner gets a great job. B.J. Raji not in. Gets a good block on Pickett. Right in here, then the alley in here. This is pretty good. Pretty good blocking up front by a reshuffled Rams offensive line.
Barksdale and Shelley Smith have done a pretty good job on the left side for the Rams.
They really have, and this is a group obviously that's in development, and they've done a pretty good job.
Two offensive linemen picked up just a couple of weeks ago, starting today. John Kuhn shifts. Alex Green carries, and Dunbar got a piece of him. Laurinaitis finished it off at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Jeff Fisher said he wanted to start the half with a 3-and-out, and Green Bay proceeded to drive the line to the field for a score. This could be just about as good. If they can get a 3-and-out in here, this building may explode.
A lot of Green Bay fans here, but the Rams fans are drowning them out right now as they're urging their team on. Rodgers shovels it off to Randall Cobb. Cobb lined up in the backfield. He's got a first down.
Great call by Mike McCarthy. We've seen Randall Cobb in the backfield before actually get a handoff. Again, the same thing, just a little shuffle pass in here. Let protection go by. Chris Long thinks he might have a shot at the quarterback. Instead, I'm going to drop this off with a little inside screen with my offensive line down in front of him.
That's a pass to Randall Cobb. Cobb has 6 catches, 42 yards. Packers a first down just across the 30. Tom Crabtree, the tight end, motions. It's John Kuhn, the fullback. And he's up close to the 34-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the carry. Just to change the flow, they'll hit the fullback.
It's the third time we've seen that play. Right now, Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers, it's about clock management. Bring this clock down. A field goal is almost as good as a touchdown because it separates it back into a 2-score differential. Well-orchestrated drive so far.
Jordy Nelson and James Jones are the wideouts. Off the play fake, Rodgers sets up and fires behind Jordy Nelson.
That one was forced a little bit. It was a 2-man route. They opted for the play fake to move the pocket. Laurinaitis on the inside here. Reacts, then no. He recognizes something's up. I'm not sure Aaron Rodgers saw all the drops in there. Laurinaitis, had that been a better thrown ball, it probably would have been an interception.
Yeah. Packers are 7 for 12 on third down conversions in the game.
Cobb's in the backfield again.
On 3rd and 6. Rodgers with time underneath the Cobb, slips one man, has a first down. How about that? Randall Cobb gives you a little of everything.
What a dynamic play. You kind of know in the backfield that he's there just for that little check off. This was a little angle route. Vacated by the receivers down the field. Going to put it in the hands many times on a third down. It's not a matter of throwing it to the chains. Somebody has to get their hand on the ball, probably well short of the third down, and make a play on their own. Randall Cobb's just the guy for that job.
Jolon Dunbar had a chance for the Rams to bring him down. Couldn't do it. There's a toss to Alex Green. Cuts it back. It's up to the 44. Time for an update for that. Back to the studios to Patrick O'Neill. Patrick.
All right, Sam, Panthers coming back on the Cowboys. That is Mike Tolbert bashing his way in. It's his first touchdown of the season, so he's going to celebrate, of course, Gangnam style. 14-13, Panthers up on the Cowboys in the 4th. Back to Sam and Coach Villett.
Coach was doing that same dance earlier today. Look at Carolina at 1-4. An important game for them, and the Cowboys struggling. Second down, Packers at their own 44. Off the play fake. Time for Rodgers. Dumps it off to John Kuhn. By himself, he's got a first down. He ran over Jolon Dunbar and was brought down at the 40-yard line. Gain of 16 on the play.
Watch the play fake here of Aaron Rodgers. This is brilliant. Let me get this straight. I got Cobb, I got Nelson, I got Finley, I've even got Donald Driver and James Jones. So I'm going to give the ball to Kuhn, my fullback. Just drop it off underneath and get me a first down.
You know what it is? The fullbacks don't need a lot to keep them happy. Just once in a while, give them the ball.
Look at the power of this guy.
Ran right over Jolon Dunbar. First down, Packers at the Rams 40. The toss to Green. Look at a couple of blockers. And Green gets down close to the 35-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play. Aaron Rodgers has passed for 303 yards in the game, 2 touchdowns, 29 for 35. Packers have run the ball a little bit more the last couple of possessions. As they chew up clock, they have dominated time of possession here in the second half. Rams dominated in the first half. The handoff to Green, that got nowhere. Jolon Dunbar was right there to wrap up Alex Green. A loss of a couple. Back to the 39-yard line.
They were hoping on some misdirection there, and Dunbar just pulls the trigger right now. Not going to let him outside. The pulling of the guard and the tackle. Tight end leading up. Drops the shoulder. Brilliant play by Dunbar.
10th play of the drive, and a big one.
Cobb seems to have been the man of the hour right now here in the slot.
Empty backfield. Packers have to get to the 30 for a first down. Rodgers, flag on the play. Rams may have been offside. The deep throws. Caught by Cobb. Touchdown.
Offside. Defense number 98. Penalty decline. Result of play. Touchdown.
Another perfect throw by Aaron Rodgers.
This one was, oh boy, this one had Hall of Fame written all over it. I'm not trying to slam dunk him into Canton early, but his ability, watch the accuracy. First, you're going to get the jump. So right now, we saw this early in the game. What did we say? He's going to go vertical. Now it's where do I want to go with the ball? You know how hard it is for a quarterback going to the left? And watch where this ball hits. I don't mean this is a perfectly thrown ball. That is stunning to me.
Mason Crosby's extra point is good. 3 touchdown passes for Aaron Rodgers. 2 touchdown catches for Randall Cobb. Packers open up the 2 touchdown lead. Back in St. Louis, where Aaron Rodgers is showing why he's the #1 rated quarterback in the league. He has thrown 16 touchdown passes in the last 4 games.
Yeah, and the orchestrated drive. This is 10 plays, 80 yards. We had the big one, obviously, the Cobb, but he can do it either way. He can get you the big play. He can take you down slowly and cut you up like a surgeon.
Chris Gibbons on the return for the Rams. Picked up a block. Trying to find an opening, but he's walled off at the sideline. Out of bounds at the 18-yard line. Packers with a 27-13 lead on Sam Bradford and the Rams.
We got to look at this again. First, it's the movement of Aaron Rodgers. The rush up the field. He's going to get to the outside. He knows he's got a free play. Now watch his shoulders. This is so hard for a right-handed quarterback going to the left, and then the accuracy of the throw. Nobody, and I mean nobody in the game today, does this the way Aaron Rodgers does.
Spectacular game for Aaron Rodgers. 2 touchdown passes to Randall Cobb, 1 to Jordy Nelson. Sam Bradford now time a big factor for the Rams. That pass intended for Steve Smith, incomplete. Pressure by Eric Walden, the outside linebacker. Packers defense overall, despite the injuries, and we mentioned the starters who are out. Nick Perry is out. Sam Shields is out. Raji is out. they've held up pretty well.
Yeah, and it helps having your offense grind up the clock the way they have in this second half. But they are playing well, and this is right where the Rams don't want to be. Their young receiving core having to force the ball down the field. This is where Clay Matthews typically shows up.
Everybody out. Bradford takes a hit. The pass is incomplete, intended for Brandon Gibson and covered by Devon House. And House is a good addition.
Just trying to get that little slant in. Got to get his hand position. You got to get your hands underneath it. Bradford, little off target, little out in front of him there, but again, under duress. And you know that, these guys spin their ears back. It's very cliche, but right now they're all about getting pressure on the quarterback. Matthews again on the inside.
3rd and 10. Bradford stepping up to change the play. Goes outside for Gibson. Makes the catch at the 25-yard line, but it's short of a first down.
And they've got to go for it here, obviously. Punting has no future in it.
Ball spotted at the 24-yard line. Have to get to the 29 for a first down. And this is the game for the Rams.
They've been relying on these quick inside routes. The Packers know that as well.
Here they come. Bradford throws and it's complete. But it's going to be short of the first down. Complete to Steve Smith, but short of the first down marker. I don't know if he ran the route badly.
Well, like we said earlier, we saw it with the Randall Cobb. Many times you have to rely on the catch and then the run after the catch to get you the first down. Everybody says, well, why don't they throw to the markers? Why don't they throw to the first down? You know what? The Packers know where the first down is too. They're usually sitting on that line. Makes it very difficult to get it at the marker or beyond. So I'm going to rely on one of my guys to get his hands on the ball and maybe get that first down. Unfortunately, they don't have that Randall Cobb type athlete.
And the Packers defense does the job. The 15-year veteran Charles Woodson part of it. Packers defense holding up well, complimenting the offense, and it's a good hair day. I said that at halftime.
There the hair. You're exactly right.
From the 28, Alex Green, loss of a couple. And a quick timeout has been called by the Rams.
First charge timeout.
Packers
St. Louis
looking to win 2 in a row for the first time this season. And don't forget, tonight, Foxtoberfest continues our month-long extravaganza of epic matchups. It's Game 6 of the NLCS. The team from St. Louis is in San Francisco trying to win the National League pennant. Cardinals win, it's over, and the World Series opens here Wednesday night in St. Louis. Giants win, Game 7 tomorrow night in San Francisco. All games on Fox. Game 6 tonight, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. If there's a Game 7 tomorrow, on Fox. And the World Series on Fox beginning Wednesday night. And the National League City Tigers are awaiting the outcome of the NLCS.
Watch it going back that way.
Packers with a 2-touchdown lead. Alex Green gets another carry. Nothing there. Rams stop him as we reach the 2-minute warning. The Packers have dominated the game in the second half. They've run the ball well. They've defended well. They've passed and caught it well.
Today's game is sponsored by the new Droid Razor M by Motorola. Say hello to the full screen phone.
Back in St. Louis, Charles Woodson looks on. And his banged up defensive team has answered the call. Jeff Fisher's team may be losing on the home field for the first time this season. Aaron Rodgers with a huge game. Gets time, puts it up for the corner. James Jones. He caught it but out of bounds.
No pass has ever been completed in the history of the game out of bounds, but this is pretty good. This is a brilliant catch here. All he needed was about a half a yard more. Got the left foot in, Let's see. We had blocked. No, he
No.
didn't get the right one in. But that's pretty good. That's worth the replay right there. That's the best no-score play you're going to see.
Bring on Mason Crosby for a 48-yard field goal try. Out of the hold of Tim Mastay, and the kick is through. Crosby's third field goal of the game, and the Packers hit the 30-point mark. As we go around the NFL, the Packers looking to go 4-3. Today, the Giants, who lead the NFC East, are ahead of the Redskins late. Dallas has just gone back ahead of Carolina in a game they need badly. They're 2-3, and Houston bouncing back from the big loss, but taking advantage of the Ravens.
Wow, that's giving up those kind of points both last week and this week. Injuries to the Ravens beginning to show up.
Today's game produced by Bob Stenner, directed by Artie Kempner. The technical producer is Bob Mueller, technical director John Howard. The associate directors are Wayne Wilson and Yvonne Wagner, and the broadcast associate Jordan Wolf. The studio show produced by Bill Richards, directed by Bob Levy. Thanks to our spotter Matt Rosen, our statisticians Jeff Nelson, Bill Harmon up here in the booth, Eric Norton and Mike Eldridge in our broadcast control truck. The Rams will leave tomorrow for London. They have to play the Patriots in London next week.
And that got to be just a whole lot longer trip based on what's happening today.
Isaiah Peed on the return. The second-round draft pick making his way across the 20, battling for some yardage, and is brought down. Stay tuned following the game for the Motorola post-game show. Scores and highlights. You guys will catch you up on all the goings on around the NFL. Aaron Rodgers 30 for 37, 342 yards, 3 touchdowns, giving him 19 on the season and 16 in the last 4 games. Packers finishing up 3 straight road games. They'll play next week at home against Jacksonville. Bradford going underneath to Darrell Richardson. And a good run by Richardson after the catch. Brings the ball up to the 42-yard line.
And Aaron Rodgers, that's 9 touchdowns in the last 2 games against some pretty good defenses. Houston, which is the top 10 defense. This Rams team, this defense is a top 10 defense. So it's not like he's doing it against a weak group.
Well, as Jeff Fisher said, the next 3 games for his team would be a big test. Playing Green Bay this week, going to London to play the Patriots, then after a bye, playing the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, different approaches. New England's leaving on Thursday to go to London to play that Sunday game. Jeff opted to take his team on Monday, get rested, then get into their preparation. I don't know if there's a right or a wrong way to go to London to play a game, but obviously makes for a much longer trip when you got to leave tomorrow morning.
They've studied it, and he thinks there'll be an optimum level come game time next Sunday in London.
We'll see. I think Belichick has studied a little bit too.
That's right.
We'll see how that plays out.
Bradford dumps it off to Darrell Richardson again. The speedy back turns it into a big gain down to the Green Bay 40-yard line. The Packers pickup. Sorry,
I'm
Brian.
sorry, Sam, but yeah, the Packers. Keep in mind now, this is the 3rd of 3 road games, as you said. They get to go home for a couple weeks against Jacksonville and Arizona, so things are kind of falling into place. You know, this league has gotten so crammed together. It's very competitive in the NFC North. Minnesota looks like they're beating Arizona, but when you look at the schedule here in Green Bay, having been on the road for 3 weeks and now to come back and get to go home, and we all know how tough it is to win in Lambeau Field, then they get that bye, and then they get into the heart of it. They have the NFC North. They've got the Giants sprinkled in there, but got the Lions, the Minnesota, Detroit again, and then Chicago. So
4 out of 5 division games. And the Bears playing the Lions tomorrow night. That's a huge game for the NFC North race with the Bears at 4-1. Bradford gets some time and connects with Brian Quick. Quick, with his first catch of the game, is hauled down at the 17-yard line, pulled back. but a 22-yard pickup.
And this has value for Bradford and this group. This is a group that is learning. Jeff Fisher says we're not rebuilding. Fact of the matter is they are. It's amazing this team's got 33 of 53 new players on this team, and every experience is a new learning experience, particularly see going forward for them now. You look at their schedule, a little bit tougher than what we just saw with the Packers. You mentioned it early. After the Packers, they now get the New England Patriots on the road. That's a tough 1-2. And then, oh, by the way, we'll give you a bye. Then you got to play the San Francisco 49ers back in the division.
That's a division that after the Jets come here, another 2 division games against Arizona and San Francisco. But as Jeff Fisher said, this is not rebuilding for him. Nobody told us we can't win the division. So he's hoping that this team will be a player in the NFC West. Flag stop the play. Rams will go to 3-4 after this one.
I can't overstate the job that Jeff Fisher and Chief.
False start. Offense number 66. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
You can see it right here. Jeff Fisher, GM, Les Snead, 46 players on the roster for the Packers that began and started in Green Bay. St. Louis, 27 players. From last year, I had the opening game that are no longer in the league. So you talk about a transformation. As I mentioned earlier, 33 of the 53-man roster is new. This is a total transformation. They're doing a good job. This is a good fundamental base that they're putting in. But right now, it's tough to compete with a team built like the Packers.
There's a flag on the play. The completion to Brian Quick. Devon House brought him down. We'll check out the flag.
I think the Packers, the most intelligently built team in the National Football League. Their roster.
Offsides. Defense number 99. Penalties decline. Third down.
They're homegrown. We talked about this special receiving group with Aaron Rodgers. They all started in Green Bay. Crabtree actually started in Kansas City, but he was just practice squad. Every single receiver began their career here in Green Bay. The comfort zone that Aaron Rodgers has with them, compared to, like we said, Sam Bradford, this is a work on the run. You know, these are new guys coming in. He's in his 3rd offense in 3 years. Dramatic difference between what these 2 quarterbacks are dealing with.
They've shown a lot of confidence in him. That pass is caught by Quick. Out of bounds. Came down out of bounds. And it looked like he may have landed on his hip.
This is a nice catch now. Just a little bit of a push off. We'll let you get away with it since you're going to win the game. A little bit of face mask, but nice hand-eye coordination. He gets the left foot in. No, the hand was out of bounds. There is no force out in this league anymore. Still a very good catch, just like the catch by Jones on the other end by the Packers.
Rookie 2nd-round draft pick out of Appalachian State. He's had a lot of young receivers. When they get Donny Amendola back, and he's still a couple of weeks away, it'll be an interesting receiving corps. Amendola's great slot receiver. That pass for Steve Smith, and he holds on. Good grab by Steve Smith. And a first down for the Rams at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, Smith hoping to come into his own, coming into the Rams, obviously, from New York.
Smith had his big years in New York. Check out the recap of today's game. Rodgers to Jordy Nelson. That was the first touchdown pass. Then he finds Randall Cobb. Steven Jackson got the Rams back in it within a 7-point game. And then on the move, the pass to Randall Cobb. A beauty from Rodgers. And the Packers with a 30-13 lead. 22 seconds remaining. And the Rams have used up their timeouts. Big game for Jordy Nelson. 8 catches, 122 yards and 1 touchdown. Packers passing game has really come together. Even without Greg Jennings, their #1 receiver. We haven't talked much about him. That pass incomplete. And we thank our aerial coverage. Brought to you by DirecTV. Wish we could open up the dome.
Be great. That wasn't the real blimp, was it? That's not what that thing really looks like, is it?
Here's Greg Jennings.
Just think how good they're going to be when this guy comes back.
No, they've blimp is much nicer than
Computer
that.
generated.
Yeah, you're right. Jennings.
Yeah, get him. I mean, God, it just seems like it's not fair. There ought to be a rule against that.
Bradford. And that's a touchdown grab by Austin Pettis. So the Rams playing it right to the end. March down the field, and Bradford with his first touchdown pass of the game, his 7th of the season.
Just a little fade route to the outside. Looks like Devon House. This is House's first game back. Looks like he just got caught a little off balance waiting for an inside route.
And for Austin Pettis, the second-year man out of Boise State, his first NFL touchdown catch. Congratulations to him. I'm sure he'd prefer that it was in a winning game. But here with 15 seconds remaining, the Rams cut into the Packers' lead. The extra point by Greg Zuerlein is good. And the Packers' lead is 10 points. Aaron Rodgers.
Well, he says he likes to play mad. And now, you know, we're going to have to find something else to
get him angry about?
Yeah, get him angry, because these last 2 weeks, again, what an impressive win on the road against Houston last week with the 6 touchdowns. Now the third of 3 road games here on the road in the Dome, and all the things you got to deal with again against, like we said, pretty good defense in St. Louis. So this has been an impressive 2-game span for the Packers.
A lot of criticism early in the season when the Packers were unable to put together 2 wins in a row, and everybody looked at last year when they went 15-1 in the regular season.
Yeah, let's remember though, those losses were against the San Francisco 49ers, on the road against Seattle with the well-documented what happened at the end of the game, and the Hail Mary shouldn't have been that way. The one to Indianapolis, the loss to Indianapolis, that was the one that caught everybody else.
Yeah.
They were up 21-3 and then basically just kind of let it slip away from them.
Does it concern you as you look at the Packers that they don't have the big-time running game?
You know what? They haven't. They don't need it. They've won without it. Yeah, they would like to have it. Cedric Benson had them going pretty good in the running game. Mike McCarthy knows how to call a game without it. We've seen the way they adapt to it. So no, that's not the way of the NFL right now.
Greg Zuerlein kicks it deep through the end zone. Just 15 seconds remaining. Coming into play today around the NFL, you had, look at these teams that were 3-3, the 3-win teams.
Parity.
11 of them.
Is the word parity? Wow. This is called a homogeneous curve. I'm gonna school you up here. This is what the league is about. We'll start to see this break up as we go forward.
Minnesota with a win today goes to 5-2. Arizona is beaten. They're 4-3. Seattle is 4-3. The Rams will be 3-4. And this one is over. The Packers have made it 2 in a row. Aaron Rodgers with a brilliant game, leading the way, 3 touchdown passes, and the Packers have defeated the Rams 30-20. We are going to the Giants and Washington Redskins and Tom Brenneman and Troy Aikman.